This is the seventh heaven cake, a fantastic blend of walnut and coconut layers with chocolate cream, a perfection that must be tasted. For this cake, we have two types of layers, walnut and coconut. First, I'll prepare the walnut layers. We need 3 eggs. Separate the whites. The yolks will be cooked over steam, so I'll immediately separate the yolks into the pot that will be used. Now that it's done, I beat the whites with 3 tablespoons of sugar. When I beat egg whites, I tend to shake both the bowl and the mixer. Now after whipping them, they are firm enough to turn the bowl upside down. We add 50 grams of ground walnuts, 1 tablespoon of soft flour, and 5 grams of baking powder. Now we mix everything together. There, the batter for the cake layer is ready. We take a 25 to 26 centimeter diameter pan, depending on the size you prefer. What do I mean by depending? What am I saying? Let's just take the next step. Next, I take a 26 centimeter diameter pan and I lightly grease it with oil. Now, grease it a little around the edges so the cake layer doesn't stick. Or at least so it sticks less. Then I take parchment paper and I place it in. And then I tighten the ring. Just like that. Now trim the excess. You don't have to trim it, but it's neater. Now we're adding the cake batter. While doing this, the oven should be preheating to 180 degrees Celsius. I smooth the batter, and when the oven is ready, I take it to bake. These layers are really thin. They bake for 10 to 15 minutes. Leaving just enough time to whip up the next batter and measure out the other ingredients. It took me 10 minutes to make this layer, including measuring, and now the first layer is almost done. Here it is, the layer is baked. It took 10 minutes. Don't be scared of the many layers. Each takes just 10 minutes and is ready. Some things are worth the effort. Now I'll immediately separate it from the edges while it's hot and take it out. Leave the layer on the parchment paper to cool so it doesn't shrink. Just like this. You don't have to wash the ring every time. It's a bit hot, but you'll manage. Grease it with oil again over this. Look, I can't seem to smooth it. 3 days later. Fine, on to baking. Now, I'll repeat the process for the 3rd time, not filming it. I'll bake the layers and show you how they look. I assume you had enough after the first round. Which hand? Oh! This is how I whip the egg whites in a minute. I shake both the mixer and bowl. No time to waste here. Here's the second one. I'll put it on top of the first to cool. We'll bake the layers, rest for 5 to 10 minutes, then move on to coconut layers. We'll make 2, and we need 4 egg whites. I continue separating yolks into the same pot used for the walnut layers. The whites are beaten with 4 tablespoons of sugar. When the whites are whipped, we add 50 grams of coconut, 1 tablespoon of flour. I will add 5 grams of baking powder to this, and then I will mix everything together. With what? Here it is. The first layer is ready. The oven is preheating to 180 degrees Celsius. The process is exactly the same. We place paper, grease the edges, and then we smooth this layer mixture. We carry the layer to bake. While the first layer is baking, we prepare the second one in exactly the same way. The coconut layer is also baked. The baking time is 15 minutes. It looks really nice. We leave it to cool on those layers over there. We baked 5 layers, but some cakes require extra effort. Next, the cream will be made. Here I have 17 egg yolks from the layers, and I add 17 tablespoons of sugar. And I will add 20 grams of vanilla sugar. The amount of sugar can be adjusted to taste. Now we whisk this until it doubles in volume and becomes lighter. Whisk for about 5 minutes, and when the entire mixture remains frothy like this, we take it to cook. Place a pot on the heat and pour in 1 to 2 centimeters of water. Then place this pot with the yolks on top. And reduce the heat to medium. Cooking time from the moment the water boils is about 20 minutes. While this is slowly cooking over steam, there's no need to stir often yet. Break up 300 grams of dark chocolate. If a strong chocolate flavor is not desired, 200 grams will suffice. After 15 minutes, add the previously broken chocolate. Now we mix everything together to allow it to melt and combine. We continue to cook for another 5 minutes. In about a minute and a half, the chocolate will melt. Now we will respect the 20 minutes of cooking. If cooked shorter, the filling will be thinner and it will drip. If cooked a bit longer, it may become too thick. But that is less dangerous than it being runny. If the filling is thin when made, there is a way to salvage it. Add biscuits, walnuts, hazelnuts, you already know, but there's a great trick. Add a packet of whipped cream powder. Do not whip it or anything, just add the whipped cream powder and then whisk everything. The whipped cream will absorb the excess liquid. I cooked it for a total of 20 minutes. Now I will remove it from the heat and let it cool. I will leave it to cool in this same bowl since I'm not in a hurry. But if in a hurry, you can transfer it to another bowl. The steamed filling is quite thick when it cools. Look at its thickness. We add 250 grams of softened margarine or butter. Then we mix everything together. The filling, when whipped, should look like this. Now scrape everything down with a spatula from the bottom and sides, then whip it again. To ensure no unmixed parts remain, otherwise it won't taste good. Now it's time to fill the cake. First, place the walnut layer. We can do it like this. To help the layer stick better, we can add a bit of filling. Spread 1/4 of the chocolate cream. On top, we will place the coconut layer. Then again the chocolate filling. We repeat this until all layers and filling are used. You can leave some of this filling aside to spread over the entire cake. Finally, the cake is covered with vanilla whipped cream. Chopped hazelnuts are placed around it and it is drizzled with chocolate glaze.